Guess what? We have swapped the bikes, and now I will be riding the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650. This is the BS6 dual tone model. Quite excited to ride this. So yeah, let's begin. This is a brilliant machine. I mean, come on, look at the power this machine has. Like, just putting it from first to second, it flies, it pulls like crazy, man. And sitting in a stance like this, it's quite different for me because I'm quite used to my Himalayan, which is actually higher, and now with the changed handlebar, it's quite different as well. But this bike here, it looks tiny, but it's heavier than the Himalayan. This weighs around 238 kilos. That's quite a lot. The Himalayan weighs around 200 kilos. And look at this pull here. I know the motorcycle has got a lot of weight, but when you just pull this motorcycle, when you ride it, you don't feel any of it. It's just amazing, you know. The stance of a classic is just classic, you know. Like, I'm really enjoying riding this motorcycle. The only thing which annoys me right now is like when there's a pothole or when there's like anything else, which like this one here, I have to slow down. I'm quite used to the Himalayan, and you know, it can go through any of the potholes or like these kind of things, but with this bike, see, I have to slow down because it's not an adventure bike, it's a classic bike which can be used as a tourer, just like the Bullet, but I can say it's a much refined Bullet. It's a much more powerful Bullet. It's got a twin cylinder engine, 650cc, and power like no other Royal Enfield that has. I just wish my Himalayan had this kind of an engine in that, and I wouldn't think of any other bike. But anyways, the Himalayan is now having 410cc engine. Speed breakers like these, where I miss the Himalayan, because I don't care if there are speed breakers, I just saddle and I just go through them. But on this, I have to take care of it because the ground clearance is quite low, and even the smallest speed breakers, I think I'm just overdoing it. But you know, that's what you do when you're riding someone else's bike. But anyways, okay, the gear ratio is even nicer here. I think I'm in the third gear, but yeah, I think it was the second gear. A good thing is it has got a fuel indicator. The Bullets didn't have. Okay, there are so many Himalayans. So would I like, I'm just craving for the highway, of proper highway, so that I can take this bike up to its speed, up to its like optimum power, optimum speed. And I'm just afraid of those potholes and all that, because okay, quite easy to saddle, but this is not a bike for saddling. You have to, okay, brake. But this stance is quite awesome. I really like it. If I had to buy a second bike, if I have the money, maybe my YouTube channel grows exponentially and someday I get some money, to buy a second bike, or I'm craving for a second bike, it's going to be this. Eyes closed, it's going to be the Interceptor. My primary bike, like my bike for tours and long touring, would always be Himalayan, because I choose comfort over other things. But other than that, for just quick city rides or rides like these, even like morning breakfast rides, Interceptor, I would choose the Interceptor. I would do some modifications. Obviously I am not a colorful kind of guy. I'll go for the black and make some changes to it once I cross the limit, the service limit and all that. But other than that, the bike feels awesome. It feels like you're riding a true classic. Man, what a bike. The gear shifts are so smooth. Like, it doesn't feel like it's a Royal Enfield. It feels like it's some other bike. It's that good. Actually, I had tested in it, and so I did rode it for approximately 1 kilometer. So I didn't got a chance to exploit its power, but now I've got the chance, so I wasted. So currently I'm taking it very easy, because I'm getting used to the bike right now. Because ever since I got the Himalayan, I have been riding the Himalayan only. I have not ridden any other bike. So now I'm getting very comfortable with the classic kind of stance. And once we hit like a proper highway where I can where I'm confident enough that the roads are really good, then I'll just go on exploiting this. Maybe, let's see like what happens, because the conditions of the Indian roads are not meant for such bikes. You know, this is a road going bike. You can call it a sports tourer, not a sports tourer, a classic sports tourer as I can term it. But you know, like riding this bike for 12 hours, not a cup of my tea, I can say. I can ride it up to like 6 hours maybe. I'm not sure, but once I do it, I'll get to know, because I'm already accustomed to the stance of Himalayan, and I, like those who have ridden the Himalayan or any other adventure bike, know how much comfortable these bikes are. So if I had not ridden the Himalayan and I've gone for the Interceptor, maybe then I won't have hesitated taking this bike to Goa on a long trip. But you know, now that I've been riding an adventure bike, and to know what the practicality aspects are of such bikes, I can say that I won't take this bike, the Interceptor, on a very long route. But you know, people have taken it to Ladakh, people have taken it to certain places where, you know, those places are meant for adventure bikes. So this I can say is like an all-rounder. You know, you can just use it as a daily driver, as well as you can go anywhere. Even with the Himalayan you can do so, but you know, it's a big bike. The Himalayan, if you're buying it at first, if you have not used to any adventure bikes, so the Himalayan is quite huge by the size, but by weight, in terms of weight, the Interceptor is heavy. And these bar end mirrors don't do justice, man. Like, they just look nice. Wow, they just look nice. That's the only thing they can do. I can't see any rare side. I have to just adjust myself to the mirrors and then look into it. Maybe to adjust a bit. Yeah, now it's a little bit better. Yes, but these do look cool. I mean, if I had owned an Interceptor, I would do the same, obviously. because those long mirrors, like the stock mirrors, look shabby. They don't do justice to the bike. The bike is awesome. So the changes made to these bikes are very minimal, like any other guy can do like these type of changes. So there are only 3 additions which have been done. One is the stock one is the bar end mirrors, and the other one is this windshield, which is a Royal Enfield accessory. Even these are the Royal Enfield accessory. And there are the crash guards. I don't know if you can see them, but yeah, they have large crash guards which are attached. So even I would have done the same. I would have gone for the shorter crash guard, which looks very minimal, and I would have gotten rid of the exhaust. You know, the stock exhaust note is like awesome. I love that. I really do love. I wish the Himalayan had these kind of exhaust note. But anyways, talking about the Interceptor, the look of the exhaust is a thing which I don't really like. It's too long, and it's on both the sides, so you know it sticks out of the bike in some way, and you in some way quite, you know, just notice the exhaust at first rather than the bike. So there are other aftermarket exhausts which are very shorter. They look nice. There's a 2-in-1 dual exhaust as well, by SS Moto. So these kind of exhausts, they give you a good noise, a good bassy noise as well, so you can go for them. So if I had owned the Interceptor, I would have gone for that after obviously the recommended service period and all that. Finally we are on the proper highway, and man oh man, to ride this is just amazing. I have to look out for potholes and like small bumps like these, but like boy oh boy, this is fun. This is like a true motorcycling machine. Whoa, in 5th gear it gets, oh my god. Oh boy, the braking's good. Braking's really good. Compared to the Himalayan, the braking is really good. Only thing I hate about such motorcycles is these kind of roads. If I had the Himalayan, I could just pull it right there and my bum wouldn't hurt. There wouldn't be any backaches or things like these. But with these kind of motorcycles, you have to face it, because these are meant for riding on the road. And in India there are off-roading patches on turns, so what can you expect, man? But this bike is like no other. I really like the Interceptor. I even love the Continental GT. Never got to ride it even once. If anyone from Royal Enfield is watching, please do let me try the Continental GT. I really hope you would help me with that. But anyways, like, I mean, I can take this to work every day. It's that kind of a bike. It's very comfortable for city riding. It's very comfortable on highways. If you have like good patches of road and certain like 10-20% of potholes here and there, then this bike is just perfect. So back to Himalayan. We can easily do this now. So my friend there who's very accustomed to riding the Interceptor, felt quite weird riding the Himalayan. It's not comfortable. His hand started aching for some reason, I don't know why. Maybe because of the raised height of the handlebar. Now I'm quite used to these handlebars, so I don't feel any problem. I feel that they are more comfortable. But anyways, yes, now let's talk. To sum up the video, I would like to talk about I would like to give a summary of the Interceptor, like few good things, few bad things. Good things, obviously the engine is very powerful, very refined. The gearbox is very smooth, feels very smooth. The gear ratios are just amazing. You know, in higher gears you can go up to lower speeds and pull out, so that is really amazing on that bike. Even the braking is really amazing. As compared to Himalayan, I found that the braking of the Interceptor was quite amazing. The stance, the comfort, and everything was quite amazing on the Interceptor. And there are too many of amazing words coming out of my mouth, but anyways, the stance was not that quite upright, you know. I had to somewhat lean forward, not too much but a bit, to, you know, get the comfort of riding and, you know, handle the bike, balance the bike and all that. Other than that, the bike is like, right now I'm talking about certain negative points. Other than that, the bike is a bit heavier. It's heavier than Himalayans, you can imagine. So back when I was putting it on the side stand, the bike leans too much on the left to put on the side. So like, as a new rider to the Interceptor, I felt quite a discomfort while putting it on the side stand, because that bike is so heavy, and if it gets down, it's quite difficult to get it up back. So that's one of the reasons. The other issue that I found out was the foot pegs. The foot pegs are placed not that correctly, I guess. The foot pegs are like just besides your leg when you put it down. So like, whenever you're waiting or like you're in traffic, so you have to put your foot down, and it doesn't go directly down. You have to move your foot sidewards and then put it down, because if you put it down directly, there's the foot peg and it will brush up your feet. So that's going to happen quite a lot, and you know, you must have seen that in many of the reviews. I quite found that out personally right now. Once or twice my feet got brushed because of the foot peg. But yeah, that's all nitpicky things. But when you ride it actually in the traffic situation, right now it was just on a highway like cruise, and it doesn't matter. But when you're riding in a city, there are quite a traffic signals and all that, you'll find that annoying. So there must be something other than that. One more thing, which was like a kind of an accessory added, which was the side mirrors, the bar end mirrors. They were quite useless because I couldn't see a damn thing. I had to move a bit around to get to know about the things which were behind. So yeah, so these were the things which a little something which I didn't like about the Interceptor. But overall, I would give it an 8 out of 10. And man, the bike feels so premium. Obviously it costs much more than the Himalayan does. The Interceptor which he bought was around 3,40,000 rupees on road price. Maybe 1 or 2,000 here and there. but for that price you're getting a 650cc twin cylinder engine. There's no other company which makes such bikes at such rates. You know, the closest one can get is a Triumph Street Twin, which costs around 9 lakhs. And the Interceptor itself is like 70-80% of the Street Twin. So minus the 6 lakhs, you get a 70% or 80% Street Twin. So that's like a cracker deal if you ask me. So if you're anyone who's looking to buy a bike and if confused if they should go for Interceptor, first just get to know about the needs for what do you want the bike exactly for. So when I was choosing a bike, my purpose was touring. I had chosen this out of the rough patches, and now we're back to the vlog. So when I chose when I was about to choose my motorcycle, my first motorcycle, my intent to buy a bike was to travel on my bike. Later on I got to know things about the bike. Now I know certain performance like related things about the bike, and right now it's like 50-50. I like the bike. It's not just a means for me right now to travel. It's like a proper baby which I have right now of me. But one of the reasons I bought the bike, of buying the bike, was to travel on the bike. Obviously the breakfast rides, but also the long rides like the Goa one. So I wanted to do such rides. I want to do much more rides. That's why I bought the Himalayan, because performance obviously is something which has to be taken care of, but when you're going for 12-13 hours straight, comfort kicks in. So even if I can go 120, 130 on an Interceptor, the comfort level is not up to the mark like the Himalayan. So if you're someone who's you know going for shorter rides on Sundays, and who's going to take his bike to commute to his work, or even to meet someone or anything like that in the city, and then go for like rides on Sunday which may be 200-300 kilometers, then the Interceptor is for you. So obviously you can tour on that if you make some adjustments, if you make some sacrifices, but like stock bike straight from the showroom, if you want that. So it's for those people who love motorcycling as well as who are interested in going for shorter rides and commute on motorcycles rather than their cars. So that bike is just perfect for you, because in Mumbai, like there are certain highways, there are certain roads, obviously there's traffic, and the Interceptor might heat, but what can you expect from a 650cc twin cylinder machine? You know, it's going to heat if you get that bike in the traffic. But for someone where, you know, who commutes to his work and doesn't face that much of traffic, or maybe his work is just like nearby or something like that, the Interceptor is the perfect choice because in 3 lakhs, 3.5 lakhs, you're getting a very powerful, very refined, very premium machine from a very renowned brand, you know. So that was my take. That was it for today, guys. Rode the Interceptor. I'm quite satisfied with that bike. So let me know in the comments what you think of the Interceptor, what you think of the review. It was not a review, it was just a general opinion. I'm not an expert or some kind. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe if you haven't already. Bye bye.